Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Badventures. My name is Ader, and today we're back with Star Conflict. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update, show you how far I've gotten, and what I think of the game so far. So, as you may notice, I have a new ship here. I've gotten quite a few new ships, actually. I think I'm gonna show you from the beginning how I progressed. And so, I'm going to go back. This was the ship I started with. As you can see now, it's stripped of all its gear. Because I don't use it anymore. I decided to upgrade to a Lynx M as soon as I could, which was when I reached rank 3 with Federation. And the Lynx M looks like this. This was my pride and joy for a while, for a good while I should say. I had a lot of fun with this thing, and great success. Great success. It's been used it's been used greatly, and it has been abused a bit. I guess it's taken quite a bit of beating, but once you get used to the ship and once you learn how to handle your ship, you can wreak a lot of damage with this one. I like these fighters. I didn't go into very much the difference between ships before, but I like Federation fighters because they have a great special module, which is this one, the Chameleon, which makes the ship invisible for 23 seconds, as you can see there on screen. Any incoming damage, if I use any modules, if I shoot, or if I go too close to someone, I will be brought out of invisibility. But it's very useful for escaping firefights, to hide and recharge some shield, and then return unexpectedly and kill. And since it's a fighter, killing is what it does best. I've also gotten myself a Raptor, and I'm gonna choose the Raptor Mark II because it looks better. This is a frigate, which is a heavy ship, slow moving, used very much as it can be used as a tank, with protection. If it has some protection, it is very useful to have as a captain during the combat reconnaissance missions. Their special module is combat drones, and on this Mark II, if your shields drop below 50%, the drones start repairing both hull and shield strength, which can be useful. They don't repair a lot, but every little bit helps. And since you can have your drones out at all times, if you get a bit of time to breathe, they will heal you. I think I'm going to show you this very quickly. These are the Jericho faction. They have frigates with a different ability, which is guided torpedo, which is I don't even know what to say. It's like, I can understand the ones who fly it if they feel it's awesome, if they feel it's fair, but it's really, I feel it's at least as the tier 2, which is as far as I've gotten, it is not fair. It's just overpowered. One-on-one, if you face one of these, and you can evade it quite easily. They are quick, however. Faster than any ship can be, barring some special modules that only one faction and one type of ship has, by the way. But you can outmaneuver them, and you can hide behind asteroids and such. You can even outrange them because they can only reach 10,000 meters. But they are devastating if you're in a dogfight with someone else and you get a lot of these lobbed at you. You won't have time to react, and you won't be able to escape them or evade them. So at the moment they are quite overpowered, I feel, at least in these lower brackets. You can get missile systems, anti-missile systems for frigates only, however, which is also questionable if it's enough. Right now I feel these are very overpowered. Or not very, they are at least overpowered, I feel. And I'm going to show you their interceptor has a Tachyon cocoon, which is a nice ability. It's fun. It makes fun. I don't know if it's the right word, by the way. For them, I understand it's frustrating to face, but I don't feel it's as overpowered as the guided missiles or guided torpedoes. This one makes the interceptor invincible for 6 seconds. During this time they can't move or use any weapons or modules or anything. However, when this effect stops, it paralyzes all enemy ships in a 1500 meter radius for 3 seconds. So first it's an invincibility, you can't do anything sure, but right when that invincibility stops, all ships around you are paralyzed. So if you see an interceptor do this to you, or do this, become invincible, keep some range, because if you manage to do that, odds are you're gonna kill it afterwards. Then they have their fighters, which has a phase shield, increase the shield resistance to a chosen type of damage by 40%. By 40 points. It's okay. It's not because it is what it is. It isn't exactly, what should I say? It isn't the most fun ability, such as this one, but it's very, very useful. And then we are Federation. I showed you this one, it's the cloak. This one is the combat drones, and our interceptors has something called a plasma web. I don't know how good it is, but yeah, it does damage. That's pretty much it. Over time, you get an awesome medal if you kill people with it, called Space Spider. But other than that, it's not very fun either. It's just dots, pretty much. Then we have the Empire. Their Hercules have an overdrive, which increases firing rate by 66%, and energy regeneration speed, max speed, strafe speed, and rotation speed, which is good. This is basically a berserker mode. And then they have the Harpy, which has a disintegrator. Sounds fun, doesn't it? And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a sniping weapon, does heavy thermal damage, has a range of 1200 meters. So these frigates are pretty much made for sniping. Can be dealt with a bit of bother. I should say. I was gonna say ease, but they're not easy to deal with. They're a lot more fair than the guided torpedoes, and as such they're a little bit easier to deal with. Guided torpedoes are also decently easy to deal with as a fighter if you're one-on-one. If you're in dog with someone else, they're gonna destroy you. And then we have the Empire interceptors. They have a special module called Micro Warp Engine. It accelerates the ship to speed 28 faster than its default max speed for 2 seconds. Preparing the micro warp takes 2.5 seconds. Now, at first, I thought it meant it increases the speed by 28 meters per second, because that's what you usually measure speed in. As you can see here, speed 190. But I think it's actually 28 times faster. 28 times faster. Which is why it's called a micro warp. They can warp ridiculous distances. And it's not overpowered. It is very, very useful in game modes such as detonation, where you need to grab the EMP, get it to a beacon and destroy it. They can be at that EMP before anyone else. The same with the domination, where you capture beacons. They can be there before anyone else, start capturing before anyone else gets even close. And in combat reconnaissance, I have seen people fitting these ships with self-destruct modules and the micro warp, and then they just warp straight to our captain and try and blow their self-destruct, try and kill it. I've seen it happen once successfully, but tried a few more times, so I don't know how good of a tactic it really is, but it's a tactic at least. So that's the difference between all the ships. Then there are different stat differences, but really what I feel makes the most difference is the special modules. Then there are differences to hull and shield, energy and speed, but Yeah, I'm going to show you this one. The Hydra. That is a frigate, and as I've said, it has a disintegrator, which is a sniping weapon. I've had to face a few of these. These can get up to 20k hull points. That's a ridiculous amount, and it is very hard to burn through. Couple that with their disintegrator, they are difficult to kill. But it's not. I don't think it's very unfair, and it's actually quite fun. Believe it or not. I don't think the Federation's frigates can reach the same kind of hull strength, but well, I'm not. Frigates is the ship I've been piloting the least and tried out the least, so I'm not quite sure what makes them tick, how to fly them and such, but well, it seems they're very focused on being strong, bulky ships. And everyone except the Federations are also focused on sniping. So anyway, now let me show you my ships. As I said, I started with the Lynx, then moved on to the Raptor. I moved on to Lynx M. I also bought myself a Swift M, which is an interceptor. Very fun to fly, maneuverable as all hell, quick as well, or fast, just straight on fast with the afterburner. Looks a bit like an ant, but well, what you should expect. It's a fast and a light ship. So I've equipped mine with offensive modules. For example, an ion beam, which can only be used by interceptors, which locks out the target's modules and shooting and rockets. It doesn't stop them, but they can't attack you for 4 seconds. And I also have a main weapon increase, 33%. It's decent. And I have a battle scanner, which reduces main weapon spread. Assault plasma cannon and rockets. I don't fly this one anymore because now I'm mostly up in tier 2 playing. But I used this one, and the Lynx M are the ones I use mostly when I fight tier 1 battles. So let me show you. After I had my Lynx M, when I ranked up, I got the Fox, which is a handsome ship. And this one at the moment is pretty much stripped because all that gear has been moved to my Fox M. And this right now is my beauty, the apple of my eye. It's also devilishly handsome, and this one is powerful. As you can see, there's a lot more gear to be used on this than on, for example, the Lynx M. You can see the difference down here. I'm going to quickly run you through what I'm using here. Over here, you can have hull modifiers, you can have capacitor modifiers, and you can have shield modifiers. So what I'm running is an armor-plated hull, increases hull strength by 30%, but reduces maximum speed by 4.8. Now, I feel that the reduced speed is definitely worth it for the hull strength. It's a matter of playstyle and personal opinion, I guess, or what you feel is best for you. But my speed, let's see, it should say it's reduced, but it doesn't. It is. I don't know why it isn't showing up here. The speed right next to my cursor here says 192. It should be down to 187, something like that. And the afterburners should be down to 330, around there. 329 maybe. I don't know why it's not showing up, but it should be. But yes, as I said, increased hull strength. It's so much increased strength and so little reduced speed. I feel it's worth it. As you may be able to tell, it's also Mark 1. I haven't upgraded to Mark 2 yet. I could, but I don't want to. There's also Mark 3, which can be unlocked if you get rank 5 with Warden's faction. I am currently running Armada, so I can't get that yet. It would take me quite some grinding to get that. Then I'm also using a extended capacitor, tier 2 Mark III, which increases maximum capacitor volume by 45%. I got this. I unlocked this one by reaching rank 5 in reputation with the Armada faction, and well, it's almost 50% more capacitor volume. Well, can't complain. I have been wanting the capacitor charger because it increases my recharge speed. I need Vanguard reputation for that though. I might start working on that. We'll see. Bit later on. And then I'm running shield capacitor, tier 2 Mark 1. I should actually be upgrading. I could be upgrading to a Mark 2. You know what? No, I was gonna say fuck it, let's do it, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So the reason, I'm gonna show you my passive modules and my active modules first. Then I'm going to show you why I've been thinking about upgrading to or switching to a capacitor charger instead. So passives. You start in tier 2. You get one passive. This is tier 2 Mark 3, I guess you could call it, or Mark 2. There isn't really a. It's tier 2 Mark M, I guess. Where you get one extra passive modules for a total of 2. So I'm running with Emergency Barrier. When hull strength reaches critical levels below 15%, an emergency shield automatically envelops the ship for 3 seconds, activated with at least 90-second intervals. This one has saved my life on numerous occasions and is very, very useful. You can be in a dogfight. If you're starting to lose, this activates. But that's pretty much a signal. Now, cloak and get away. Very, very useful. And then I have EM Barrier tier 2 Mark 1. Increases shield resistance to EM damage by 32 points. Well, it's pretty much straightforward. Shield resistance. Shield is usually weak to EM. I started with minus 22 on this ship. Now I'm up to 12 plus 32 because of this one, which is useful because most people use EM when they shoot your shield. As you can see now, I actually have more resistance to EM than I do kinetic or thermal. Which, as I see it now, it's quite... I don't know if that's good or not, actually. Oh well. And as you can see, hull has minus 5 kinetic resistance, and that's pretty much the standard. It's shields are weak against EM, except mine, and hull is weak to kinetic. And thermal is pretty much middle of the road. And shield is weak to... yeah, that's right. Shield is strong against kinetic, and hull is strong against EM. So, active modules, I'm now rocking 3 of these. Number 1 is a shield booster. It simply restores my shield. 1296 points each second for 8 seconds. Very useful. Sometimes you don't notice it, but trust me, it's there. Multi-phase shield adapter. This one is more of a proactive module, where this one is reactive. This one is when you're taking hits to your shield. I guess this one is also when you take hits to your shield, but primarily before your shield goes down. This one is useful. Increases shield resistance to all types of damage by 55 points, which is quite a lot. If you see here, it more than doubles more than doubles all of my resistances, shield resistances. So very, very useful. Makes you take less damage. And then I have this one, which is an interesting module because it's sort of a buff. I can keep it on at all times. It increases all shield damage resistances for your ship and any allied ships within a 3000 meter radius by 15 points. As you can see, it doesn't increase the resistance by a lot, not nearly as much as this one. I could get this one, which is only 3 points more. I want this one though. I can't unlock it because it needs text faction. But this one is very useful, helpful to your teammates as well. But while it's on, it consumes 23 energy per second. Now, this doesn't mean you don't regenerate energy. because you do. Because I have a regeneration of 100.8 points. No, that's shield. Let's see. Energy. I have a regeneration of 108.9 plus 6.2 points per second. So that's 115 pretty much. Minus 23 then. So I'm down to almost 90. Which is still regenerating, but not as fast. Which is why that is why I've been considering switching this one to a charger instead of a capacitor. So that's it for modules, and now I have a main weapon, which is this one, the Assault Plasma Cannon, Tier 2 Mark III, unlocked because of my Armada reputation. I like this one, it's my favorite type of gun so far. Rapid fire, as you can see here. You unlock more kinds of weapons in Tier 2. Tier 1 you only have Assault. Now you can rapid fire and hail as well. I've tried rapid fire, I don't like it. It has a very different feel and less range. I haven't tried the hail plasma cannons yet, which is long range, does less damage. But, well, rapid fire, by the way, has one more advantage, which I wish my Assault Plasma Cannons had as well, because it doesn't overheat, which can be very, very important in a dogfight. These overheat if you use them continuously for 11.5 seconds. They overheat and then they can't be used for 4.5 seconds. So you have to be moderate with your shooting, and you have to keep this in mind. With rapid fire, you don't. Well, I'm still rocking the Assault because I like them. And then in Tier 2 you unlock weapon mods. I'm using these two. You can switch these on and off. You can only have one active at a time though. But I have one. Enhanced Plasma System Tier 2 Mark III, which increases my plasma damage, which is this one, by 6.8%, which is a fair amount. And then I also have this. Needle System Tier 2 Mark I. Plasma cannons deal kinetic damage instead of EM. Now, what this one does is, as I said earlier, usually shields are weak against EM, which my plasma cannons does. So I can use that one to take down a shield, and then hull is weak to kinetic. So when the shield's down, I switch to this one. It's just a it's as close an optimal setup as you can get at this point, I feel. And then I have EM missiles, because shield can be hard to knock through, and especially Jericho ships usually have a lot of shield. And once you take down the shield, you can do more permanent damage to the hull, because shields always regenerate. Hull can regenerate, but doesn't always. Depends on ship and modules and stuff like that. Then I also have a proximity mine, which does a lot of damage when it hits, but it doesn't always hit. I'm still using it because I like it, and it can be very useful in dogfights. Two ships heading towards each other, shooting. If I drop one of these behind me, chances are he's going to hit it, even though the radius isn't very big. But it's still, the chance is still there, and it does a lot of damage. And I've killed quite a few people with these. They're also useful for putting down beacons in the domination mode that your enemy is trying to capture. You can get a few kills that way. So that's pretty much it for my gears. Oh, that's right. If you can see here as well, I've decided to put stickers on all of my ships, which is the Swedish symbol, the 3 crowns. I purchased it for 90 galactic standards, so now I can use it on all my ships, and I do. You start with 250 galactic standards, and then you can get 10 for voting in polls. That's what I've done. So I had 270 and went down to 180 when I bought that one. So let's move on and show you some fighting, shall we? I'm going to equip these ships. Actually, I'm going to equip Lynx here, Swift here, because that's easier for me to remember. And the Fox here. So I'm going to be doing some tier 2 battles. As you can see, Oz, the decoy Ozlet, is also playing with me. Right now he's offline. I played a lot with him in squads, which means we join a battle together. And we usually communicate over Skype as well, so we can do some great and very effective coordinated attacks, which makes this game a lot easier and means we usually contribute a lot to the wins, because most people don't run organized. Some people in corporations do, but I feel it's quite rare, at least at this tier, to run into people who are playing organized with other people. But yeah, let's get into arcade. By the way, I'm going to tell you a bit about these different game types, I suppose, because I didn't know what they meant before. I have learned it down. Scenarios is PvE. You play with four ships in total, 3 other people plus you, and you try to do PvE missions. There are a few different. I've only seen 2. One is attacking and another is defending. But it can be very fun. Winning, as far as I've understood, ensures tier 2 mark 2.5 loot if you win all the rounds. The scenarios I've played have either 3 rounds or 4 rounds. I've only been able to beat 1 because they are difficult. And then fight regular, PvP fight, but in this one you can only respawn as long as you have ships here. So if I start fighting my Fox M and I'm destroyed, I can't use that anymore. I have to respawn in either one of these. When I've died 3 times, that's it. Fight Arcade is you can respawn over and over again as long as it's not combat reconnaissance mode. And you can also unlock another ship slot. You need to be rank 2 and buy it for 3000 galactic standards. So, I'm gonna hide the shot there. So, let's get into an arcade fight, because that's what I like best and that's what most people play. So it's easier to get into a fight that way. And I entered it quite quickly as well. Still, it's already triangulating. So let's see what we're going to play. Combat reconnaissance. So let's just hope I'm not the captain, because in this game mode you need to destroy the enemy captain, and then the enemy can't respawn when they're dead. So it's destroy the enemy captain and then eliminate the enemy team. Now, they seem to have 1 player with only tier 1 ships, which is an advantage to us actually. Oh, let's see. Azora is our captain. He's flying a frigate, that's good. They can take a lot of beatings. Guston is theirs. He also seems to be flying a frigate, which is not as good for us. As you see, those effects means people are activating their buffs, which you can see underneath the scoreboard there. I'm currently affected by 5 different buffs, and let's see here, we're sneaking up on Guston. Now, he can see, the captain can see any ship on the battlefield, even if they're cloaked or anything, or if they're behind a rock. He can see them all, because he needs to be aware of such things. I'm going to cloak here, because I'm going to try and sneak past the other ships, but he can't see me. Now I'm locking onto him, and I'm shooting rockets, because I need to take him down as quickly as I can. Come on, oh, I overheated. That's my shield. Come on, oh, well, got him down a bit, and he's under fire. Let's see his health. If I can. Oh, he's almost down. Come on, kill him. He's dead. But our captain is as well. Now, because I died before our captain died, I get to respawn now. Had I died afterwards, I wouldn't have been allowed to. They have 2 players out and we have 2 players out. So it's pretty equal at the moment. We lost another one just now. I'm going to help out down here. My mouse sensitivity seems to have changed. Don't know why that is. It's been increased, it feels like. Which sort of puts me off my game. Oops, that's an interceptor doing its cocoon thing. And I'm... stunned. I'm under fire. I don't want to die. So I'm going to cloak and hide. Oh, he got a shot into me anyway, which brought me out of the cloak. That's not good. I really need to do something about my mouse sensitivity. Because right now it's really messing with me. Oh crap, what is this? Oh, this is... seriously, I don't know what's happened, but the sensitivity is fucked up quite a bit. It almost seems like it's like mouse acceleration is on, because it's quicker down inside here and then it slows down outside. I don't know where this comes from. Mouse sensitivity should be down here.
Warning, incoming missile.
It's a lot better. Still it feels odd. Can't quite put my finger on why. I'm going down. Now, I know this probably sounds like a really bad excuse.
Retreat.
But my mouse is fucking up somehow. I'm not quite sure why. Works good here. But when I was piloting it didn't really respond as it used to. Anyway, now we lost that thing, and this is some sort of bug with the game. Yeah, as you can see, it thinks you left the battle early, but you didn't. Let's see if I can find something in here. Could it be that I'm currently running 30 FPS because of the recording? I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. Something was messing with my mouse. So let's try another fight. See if it's any better. So, it took a bit more time now. As you can see, chat is always fun to read. Chat system, by the way, in this game could be improved. You can whisper to other people, but I would really like a hotkey for a quick reply or something like that. As it is now, I have to either type /W and the name each and every time I want to whisper them, or if I have them on a friends list, I have to right click and choose send message every time for every message I want to send. So this was unusually long waiting time. I usually don't have to wait this long. Now we're moving. Battle mode domination. This one can take a little bit longer, so we'll see if I cut some in this match. Hopefully my mouse problems are better. It feels better right here. I don't know if it's dust or something got into the mouse. But in game it just behaved wonky, you know, wonky. It was just it was odd. Yeah, it still is. While it's inside here, it moves pretty slowly. Outside here, it's oh my god, no. It's sort of... yeah, no, this is real weird.
Beacon captured.
Moving out is the same as it usually is. However, if I'm trying to move my mouse inwards again, it's sort of resisting it. It's really odd. It sort of is moving out from the center. Mouse sensitivity is set to a certain value, but if you try to move inwards again, sensitivity feels a lot lower. And I don't know why this is. But I know it feels very odd. It could be playing 30 instead of 60 FPS, I don't know. But yeah, it's very frustrating. Makes aiming more than a bit difficult. Crap.
Incoming missile. Warning, shields down.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's frame rate that's affecting me because the game overall feels a bit sluggish, unresponsive.
Comms link lost.
I haven't had this problem before though. I don't know what it is. But I don't think I can play like this. I'm just gonna screw my team over. I guess leaving might do that more though. Tell you what, I'll finish this match even though I'm going to suck. And then I'll investigate some more off camera, so to speak. Try it while not recording, see if it's any better. It feels like the pointer gets stuck some places. It's a very odd sensation. Sometimes its sensitivity is high, sometimes it just gets stuck. I don't know why it is.
Warning, incoming missile.
It's a mystery, but well, guess it evens it out a bit. Is what I would say if I was really cocky, but I'm not. Oh, I'm being slaughtered here. Oof. Now this is why cloak is good. And as you can see, that green shield, the green blob around me, that was my shield. It saved my ass that time. It bought me enough time to cloak, get away. And now I'm uncloaked again. As you can see, this ship, probably a sniper, standing still there. That's the disintegrator beam. Heavy sniping damage. Quite a few people down there. A seems reasonably untargeted. We're unguarded. There are guard drones here. That seems to be about it. Someone's shooting me from behind. Full shields on, and I have to cloak.
Shields down.
And I was uncloaked. God damn it, I'm going to die.
Comms link lost.
Oh, killed by an interceptor. Ultimate humiliation. Speaking of which, Kalaposu, it looked like a tier 1 even. Nah, it was a hawk. It's a tier 2. It looked like a tier 1. Yeah, we're gonna lose now. 2, 1. And lost.
The best you can do.
And I'm not doing good. It feels really wrong to blame the mouse, but at this point I don't really have to. I mean, it wasn't all its fault, but a lot of it was. I guess it was also my frustration of it that kinda got me off my game, but well, I'm going to investigate in this, see if I can find out what's causing this, and if I have to, I guess I'll record it 60 FPS, or maybe I'll just put the game to 60 FPS while recording at 30, though that has had a tendency of messing with my videos. I tried it before, but I guess I'll do some testing, see if I can improve it, and maybe next time I'll be able to get Oz to do a video with me. It's it's a bit special. I'm sure he wouldn't mind, but since we both speak Swedish normally, and that's what we do when we're Skyping, and if I'm gonna do a video, I would like to do it in English. The situation gets a bit special and our communication may falter, and it feels odd speaking in English to him unless someone else is also on Skype with us. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll do a video with him, maybe not, but anyway, this has been a second look at Star Conflict, and hopefully there will be more as I get more ships. Just watching the battles isn't that interesting, I think. Please let me know in comments if you want to see more battles, less of the ships and the gear. But battles are pretty much the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you can do cool maneuvers, but that especially happens if me and Oz are playing together. But yeah, maybe get out some matches where we cooperate, and definitely do another video once I get a new ship, either the Wolf or when I get the Wolf M. Wolf M is quite a bit away. Wolf is also quite a bit away still a bit. It looks awesome, so I'm probably going to show you that one. But yeah, that's it for now, I guess, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.